Ichigo Kurosaki is a paradox wrapped in a Shinigami's blade, strong enough to shatter captains, yet fragile against those he should overpower. Consider his early Arrancar arc. Ichigo defeats Byakuya Kuchiki in a seemingly unstoppable burst, yet struggles to put Grimmjow down. He comes close to killing Ulquiorra, only to be wounded by opponents who appear weaker on paper. Even Kenpachi Zaraki pushes him to the brink, a fight that seems to define his ultimate potential. But soon after, his feats become inconsistent. These moments aren't mistakes, they are clues. They reveal the secret rhythm of Ichigo's power. Power in Ichigo is not a straight line, it is a heartbeat, fluctuating with his mind and spirit. Ichigo is a response-type fighter. His strength rises or collapses depending on factors invisible to ordinary measurement. His emotional state, the anger, fear, or desperation in the moment. His threat perception, who stands before him and how real the danger feels. His resolve, the clarity of his purpose and the certainty of his will. His internal conflict, the battles within often mirror the battles without. Every swing of his sword is amplified or muted by these currents. To understand Ichigo, one must first read his mind, the true battlefield of his power. Reiatsu, his spiritual pressure, does not flow steadily. It spikes in moments of clarity and plunges in doubt. When his mind wavers, even the sharpest sword becomes sluggish. When his resolve hardens, he transcends limits that should be impossible. This is why he can barely touch Grimmjow, yet moments later, shatter the expectations of captains. His strength is a mirror of his psyche. Ichigo's true enemy is not Grimmjow, Ulquiorra, or Kenpachi. It is the chaos inside his own soul. Ichigo's strength is not born in a vacuum. It begins with loss. The death of Masaki Kurosaki is the origin point of everything. It creates a fear of helplessness, a fear of becoming a danger to those he loves, and a crushing sense of responsibility. These traits weigh on him, suppressing his potential before he even steps onto the battlefield. Even his own inner power conspires against him. Old Man Zangetsu deliberately limits Ichigo, holding back the strength that could break through any opponent. This suppression creates visible dips in his ability, moments where his sword feels heavy and his strikes fall short. Soul Society Ichigo shows what happens when emotion overwhelms this restraint. When his anger or desperation rises, it temporarily shatters the limits placed by Zangetsu. Trauma and suppression are a perfect storm of inconsistency. When fear spikes, power collapses. When doubt takes root, Reiatsu falters. Ichigo's fluctuations are not random. They are the echoes of pain, grief, and the internal chains that tie him down. His strength is never guaranteed. It is earned in every heartbeat, tested by every memory, and weighed against every fear. Ichigo's greatest instability does not come from opponents, it comes from within. The real Zangetsu is not the calm old man he sees. His true power is hollow first. Ichigo seeks restraint, control, and moderation. Hollow instincts demand domination, aggression, and total release. This creates a permanent internal clash, a battlefield inside his own soul that mirrors every fight he faces outside. The effects of this clash are visible in every major confrontation. Against Grimmjow in round 1, the conflict spikes, power drops, and he struggles to land decisive blows. In round 2, partial alignment with hollow instincts stabilizes his abilities just enough to fight effectively. Against Ulquiorra, the full override removes every mental block, allowing an exponential leap in strength that borders on unstoppable. Mask usage adds another layer of instability. Time limits constrain how long he can sustain heightened power. Emotional triggers, fear, anger, desperation, cause unpredictable surges or collapses. His lack of full acceptance of Hollow Ichigo ensures that every boost is temporary and every dip is severe. These factors together explain the moments fans call nerfing. They are not flaws, they are the natural consequence of a warrior at war with himself. Ichigo's power is always a reflection of the balance, or imbalance, inside his own soul. Ichigo's Bankai is unlike any other. Instead of simply expanding his Reiatsu, it compresses it. This compression demands perfect mental focus. The moment his emotions fracture, even slightly, efficiency collapses. Every swing, every strike, every burst of energy becomes vulnerable to his own doubts. The fight with Kenpachi is a perfect example of chaos in motion. Ichigo's instincts spike when he faces death. Kenpachi suppresses his power until excitement ignites it. Their clash is not just physical. It is a collision of two unstable reactors, each feeding off the chaos of the other, each fighting at the edge of control. Byakuya tells a different story. Against him, Ichigo's mind is clear. His resolve to save Rukia leaves no room for doubt or hesitation. There is no internal conflict, only singular purpose. This is why this version of Ichigo appears stronger than later scenes, why his feats seem inconsistent across arcs. Strength is not constant. It is the product of mental alignment, focus, and the absence of fear. Ichigo often seems weaker during the Arrancar arc, but the truth lies beneath the surface. Emotional fractures spike. Fear of hollow takeover reaches its peak. Quincy Zangetsu suppresses his power more than ever. Hesitation creeps in when facing opponents, and the hollow mask imposes strict time limits. All of these forces overlap, creating what looks like a nerf, but is really the weight of his own soul holding him back. Ulquiorra marks the turning point. The full hollow override takes hold. Fear evaporates. Hesitation disappears. Suppression fades entirely. In this moment, Ichigo reaches the highest peak of his pre-timeskip power, a surge of clarity and raw ability unlike anything before. TYBW. Ichigo is different. He learns the truth of Zangetsu, fully accepts Hollow and Quincy as parts of himself, and unifies his identity. His emotional foundation stabilizes. For the first time, Ichigo stops fighting himself. Strength is no longer a question of circumstance. It flows from alignment, clarity, and total self-acceptance. He becomes consistent because the battlefield inside him is finally at peace.